Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7 days a week, 7 minutes of wisdom podcast. This is day 162 of our trek, and yesterday we looked at why life is like a whirlwind. This will be our final day of presenting a series of short wisdom stories as we move on to a different topic tomorrow. If you've missed any of the days of our wisdom trek, please go back to wisdom-trek.com and listen to them or read the daily journal. We are recording our podcast from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina today. This episode will be released on Monday, and Paula and I will be in Fort Myers, Florida, visiting Paula's aunt for a few days. And tomorrow I'll start back on our daily recording this podcast, as we'll probably remain in camp for a few days as we dive back into the commentary on the book of Proverbs. But for today, we want to hike on a trail called a Word Well Spoken Trail, where we will explore the power of words. So today's story is entitled, Life is Like a Word Well Spoken. We may not all be created equal in every attribute, but we all have several things in common. So what are these things? Of course, the first of these is our time. All of us have the same amount of seconds, minutes, and hours in a day to do with what we desire. Secondly, we all have individual power. We do all have individual power, although we may not think of it because of where we live or the conditions we live in. Even in countries where they are ruled by a strict dictator or military government, you do have personal individual power. So let's combine time and the power of your words. The time that we take and the power of our individual words, how you say them, what words you choose to use, and when to speak these words. These words could be one of ridicule, to make fun of, to chastise, or they can be ones of encouragement, praise, or a demonstration of kindness, as mentioned in 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 11, which says, So encourage each other and build each other up, just as you are already doing. So I want to look at a story about time and the power of words. I recall a story about a man who used to commute to work daily on a train. Once disembarking from the train, he always walked a short distance to his office building, along with the throngs of other people hurrying on their way to work. Each morning he passed an older man who always sat in the same spot with his cup in hand, hoping for a bit of change for those who passed by. For most people, this person was somebody to be ignored or despised, as if he didn't even exist, a person that they didn't want to be bothered with. Invariably, though, this friend in the story would always say good morning to him and bid this person a good day. The stranger would smile back and say good morning and would remain on station until all the commuters had gone on their way. Occasionally, this friend would drop $1 or $2 in the cup of this man on his way by as he said hello. This behavior went on for several years until one day, his last day of the job before retirement, this friend stopped for a few moments to speak to the one who some would consider a beggar. He told this man that he would no longer be passing by this way because this was his last day on his job. The beggar took the man's hand and shook it warmly, saying that he always looked forward to seeing his friend pass this way, and not because he dropped a few dollars into his cup occasionally. He said he would miss my friend because he was one of the few people out of the thousands who passed him daily who would even say hello, and he was the only one who would ever bid him to have a good day. The man also said that his warm words always brightened his day and helped him to continue on despite being ignored by the thousands of others who saw him daily. The message is clear. We all have power in our words, and it doesn't mean at all that the most basic greetings and recognition have no impact, because they do. In fact, all of our words have a tremendous impact, and so often we don't recognize that some of them can be devastating to another. Some words can cause others to give up, but still others can be words of encouragement and strength. Remember the power that you have when you speak, for your influence is much greater than you would ever think. Your words may be the encouragement somebody else desperately needs, so take the time. Sometimes it's only a matter of seconds that are required, and you will be surprised the difference that you make in somebody else's life. Proverbs 25:11 tells us, Timely advice is lovely, like apples of gold in a silver basket. So today we looked at why life is like a well-spoken word, and how powerful even our smallest words can be. They can change a person's life forever. We never know when a kind word may literally be the difference between life and death in somebody else. The lessons that we can learn from each other are so valuable, so I encourage you to invite your family and friends to join us each day and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. And tomorrow we'll remain in camp and delve back into our commentary on Proverbs chapter 4. And that'll finish our podcast for today. Remember to listen to your daily dose of wisdom at wisdom-trek.com, or you can subscribe at iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Google Play, or YouTube. And by doing so, the episodes will be downloaded to you automatically each day. And once again, please share Wisdom Trek with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person as you meet with them each day, and invite them to come along with us on our Wisdom Trek. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I consider you my friend as I serve you through this Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.